It's lights out and we are racing in MotoGP here in Portugal, and there Bastianini does make a strong start from pole position. He's made a much better start than yesterday. Martino's come fast from the second row. He goes into the early lead. Bagnaia up into third place. Vinales pushed back to fourth.
Yeah, Marquez also making progress. He was side by side with Acosta into turn number one and bumped the rookie wide. Marquez up into the top six already.
Yeah, you can see there Bagnaia was trying to put one on Vinales very early on. It's actually Vinales who's holding on to that third place there. Bagnaia is eager to get on with it, try and get to the front as soon as he can, just as he did in Qatar 2 weeks ago.
Martin then leads Bastianini slightly wide. Marc Marquez up the inside immediately of Jack Miller. A contact there between the two factory Ducatis, which opens the door for Marc Marquez.
That was really close, wasn't it, between the Beast and Bagnaia. Marquez was briefly through. Bagnaia just trying to regroup it. And here comes a lunge from the 8-time world champion through the tight turn 8 over the blind crest. They go down the hill through the Craig Jones corner, turn 9. Bagnaia was able to get back on through. An early yellow flag in sector 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who it is who's dropped down the order. Bagnaia and Marc Marquez continue to go side by side. They need to keep an eye on what's going on ahead of them. It's Frankie Morbidelli who's out of this Grand Prix on the first lap. We're down to just one Prima Ducati, but it's the one leading the race.
Vinales now has taken second place, trying to go early on here with Martino over the line to complete the first lap. It was already over half a second clear.
Alex Marquez down at turn number 5. That's not been a particularly lucky corner for the Marquez brothers this weekend.
It's been a miserable weekend all round for Marquez. Down he goes, losing the front through turn 5. Tricky downhill braking zone as you trail brake all the way to the apex there. Missed the top 10 in the sprint for the first time yesterday, did Alex Marquez. Ahead of him, here comes Acosta. We thought about it. That was really close.
Cost him a place.
Yeah, he's going to run in hot there, and he's going to lose the place. Around the outside sweeps Binder. The South African then says, thank you very much. That was some aggression there from Acosta, trying to force the issue on the inside of Miller into turn 3. Didn't work out, did it? And now, look, he's clambering all over the rear tyre. What an onboard shot that is. Spectacular onboard action here as they drop down through turn 5. We're on board with Acosta. Binder's going to just pinch that inside line. There's nothing that Miller can do. In fact, yeah, Miller's got squeezed out there, hasn't he? I just wondered there whether it was just the dirty air, the turbulence that has pushed Miller off the line there. And he probably just had a bit of a wobble, a bit of a head shake. We know how these bikes can get disturbed when another bike is right close to them.
Here comes Acosta.
He was getting closer as Pedro Acosta comes from a long way back and lunges on the inside of Brad Binder. Lead Piero Mobility Group rider now in this Grand Prix is the rookie, already a 3-time winner here in Portimao in Moto2 and in Moto3. Just ran out of grip, didn't he?
And to underline that point, he's immediately caught Marc Marquez. Look how quickly, as he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 1:38.9 and zooms past Marc Marquez for the second Grand Prix in a row. The rookie passes the 8 times world champion.
Oh, this is just unbelievable, isn't it, from the rookie? Absolutely incredible by Acosta. Here comes Acosta, though. We're on board. He's on the inside of the double MotoGP world champion. Crikey, how has he stayed on board? Unbelievable. He's going full motocross here.
Check this out.
Watch this. On the inside of the double MotoGP world champion, Pecco Bagnaia. The KTM, the RC16 underneath Acosta was just moving around like he was on a bucking bronco. They can't believe it, can they, inside the KTM goes. A shout out to Juan Mir on the Repsol. He just set his best lap of the race, a 1:39.573. Mir in the points in 15th place and trying to work his way towards Augusto Fernandez in 14th. There was Alex Marquez calling it a day after what's been a very frustrating weekend for the young Marquez sibling. No points at all on offer for the former Moto2 and Moto3 world champion. So this could get worse for Bagnaia and certainly better for Jorge Martin.
It's getting worse now.
Yeah, here comes Pedro Acosta on the inside, on the cutback. Bagnaia will really tough it out. Oh, he almost had his front wheel chopped there, didn't he, by Pedro Acosta. Coming through, Pecco, no problemo in Portimao for Pedro Acosta. He's up into 4th place.
Extraordinary, isn't it? And he's already clearing off from the reigning world champion. Look at this move. He's tried into turn 1 and thought, okay, I'll try into turn number 3, and just stuffed up the inside, really, of the reigning world champion who was trying that cutback, but unfortunately, there's a reigning Moto2 world champion in the way.
But here comes Marquez. It is going from bad to worse for Bagnaia, although Marquez was almost down there into the first gear, turn 13. What a battle this is raging late on here in Portimao. This is music to the ears of Pedro Acosta, because Well, this little battle between Bagnaia and Marquez, you can see that Acosta has already completely blitzed away from Bagnaia. He's only a second clear of the Italian. Over the line we come, and Nea Bastianini has just set another best lap of this Grand Prix, a 1:38.685. That's a stunning late speed by the beast. Is it too little, too late? He's got 4 laps to go, and he's still 1.1 seconds behind Martin. Marquez goes in. Oh, and they've both gone down. Oh, unbelievable. Pecco Bagnaia was not going to give that one up without an almighty fight, and there is contact between what was the 63 and 93, the number 1 of Bagnaia and Marc Marquez in the gravel at turn 5. A major, major talking point then right at the back end of this Portuguese Grand Prix.
We didn't have to wait long for fireworks, did we, between Marc Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia. Bagnaia going for that very cutback that we were talking about earlier. Of course, he tried it on Acosta earlier on. The gap was there to try and slip back up the inside of Marc Marquez. Marquez just didn't want to release the gap.
Major talking point, as we said. Simon, what are your initial impressions of what we've just seen there between Bagnaia and Marquez?
Oh, guys, I mean, you have to go for it if you're Bagnaia, you know, on the cutback, but just the impact took them both down. I don't know who to blame, really.
It's a tricky corner, this, because it's a double apex left-hander, so it's very easy to take that late apex on the way out. Bagnaia well within his right seat to go back to the inside, and Marc Marquez is just trying to get himself back onto line, having gone up the inside and ran wide. It's very similar, that, to what we saw between Bagnaia and Vinales at the long last year.
Guys, Marc was trying to close the door, so because he knew he'd gone wide, you know, and if he'd kind of stayed on line, they both would have made it through.
Well, we said that there was the potential for some tricky management situations looming on the horizon when Ducati
took 2 races.
It took 2 races.
And Bagnaia spotted the opportunity and went up the inside, and the contact sent them both down.
Vinales.
On to the final lap.
Oh,
and
no,
Vinales
can
is
you
now
believe
down.
he's high side on the dirt? And that's going to put Pedro
On the
Acosta on the
podium.
podium. Maverick Vinales ran wide in the first corner, and as he squeezed the power on, all the dirt and dust that was laid down on Thursday night after torrential rain, and he's crashed. What happened to him coming out of the final corner? Because
he's already got an issue there,
he's got a problem.
Does he think, he doesn't think that's the last lap like a race last year, because he's lost a lot of ground there. He goes wide into turn 1. Surely Maverick Vinales doesn't think the Grand Prix is over here, does he?
Surely he doesn't, and he spits him in the air. What late drama we've had here in Portimao. Incredible. Jorge Martin, the special one, has witnessed a special race here in Portugal. Jose Mourinho waves the checkered flag. It's a race win for Jorge Martin, and he is the world championship leader in MotoGP once again. And Nea Bastianini does take second place. Great job by the Italian from pole. And Pedro Acosta, the rookie sensation, after Maverick Vinales' late crash at the start of the final lap of the first corner, Acosta is on the podium in MotoGP for the very first time. Some very, very happy riders in the Parc Fermé here in Portimao. Special win that for Jorge Martin, and he will at least have the World Championship lead for a little bit longer than 24 hours. And look about these scenes, absolutely brilliant. Who would have ever thought this in just his second MotoGP race? He passed Marc Marquez, he passed Pecco Bagnaia, he passed Brad Binder, he came charging through the pack.
As drama and chaos emerged behind him, the Martinator masters Portimao to take the MotoGP World Championship lead.
Like and subscribe for more MotoGP action. What are you waiting for?